Well, good evening.
Evening, Clayton.
How we doing?
Oh, pretty good. Marty's talking about the man. He likes watermelons. I was
seen
actually
that.
just
He goes,
thinking, I
hell,
can't wait to blast them
save
things
the watermelons.
again.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for chiming in. Hey, Braden was the first one on. You got to love them high school kids
Oh yeah,
tuning into our show. And I'm pretty sure Kalen Foss is too. So, Kalen, I'm giving him a shout out because usually
Awesome.
he's out there listening. So, good. I know that Leighton's not listening because he's out helping the Nell right now, taking care of the calves in the barn that we had overnight. So.
nice. That worth ethic installed in there.
Yeah. Hey, Eric. Good to have you here. Good evening, fellows. Shot a prairie dog on the way home from work.
I'm
awesome.
jealous.
Dang
I'm jealous.
We need a video, Eric. Maybe we'll put Eric on this because I haven't had time. We've been wanting video of prairie dogs being splattered against the snow. So see if you can help us out with that one.
I saw some here right across from the Capitol in Bismarck the other day. They burrowed right out of their burrows through the snow, and they were actually sitting right on top of the snow. I was just looking at that thinking, man, that looks freaking awesome. I'd love to get on some of that.
Yeah. Especially on the Capitol
MV,
ground.
evening, Brian.
Evening, Brian. Hey, evening, Doug, down there in, well, I would call it Rapid City, but it's Box Elder. He's got a little place outside of there. So, Dan, good to have you. And
Another
says,
MV.
hey, another MV.
I actually talked to
Dan.
I talked to Dan this week. He stopped in.
You got a gear, did he?
Yeah, he gave me a nice Friends of the NRA. I should have brought it down here he gave me a nice Friends of the NRA coin there.
Cool.
Had Second Amendment around their outside rim. It was awesome.
Awesome.
Thanks, Dan. I like that.
Dan, you have to let us know if you're having a banquet in Dickinson. I know there hasn't been one there for a while. So if you're having one, let us know. Maybe me and Jamie will have to make a trek over and attend one. I've been going to the Mandan one, and we could hit them both. So, yeah, be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Eric says he's on it. All right. Good deal.
Brian likes your cat. Don't worry, Brian. We got you down for one of those clays over there.
Yep. We got one. Of course, I think I'm just going to throw them in the mail to you. That way you'll have them. So,
I can mail it to you, Brian, or we can meet at the stadium again. And this time you're going to have to hang around and have a beer with me.
Well, I'll tell you what, before we get going too far down the road, we better start this show off like we do every single episode. The Second Amendment, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right to the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And seems like that gets more and more important every single day, doesn't it?
Evening, Angie saying howdy, boys. Yeah, hey, evening, Angie. I appreciate you sharing our posts all the time. That's awesome.
Yeah,
and since we're talking about caps, I got to give a brother Leon a shout out. He sent a care package. He's got some of these right here. 2A701. He's got some 2A701 swag. Got that cap right here. Pretty sweet. Nice fitting cap. Appreciate that, man. My daughter, was a camo one. She saw that and she snarfed that baby right on up.
Well, this one here, this is a patch, and I'm not a big patch.
Yeah, I wish your screen was clear because those are they're actually pretty sweet caps, Clay.
They turned out pretty good, but this is the patch we're going to have designed. Now, this one is brown.
Not a nicotine patch, but
no, and we're working on a deal with Will, who's doing that for us. So we'll get those made.
Yeah,
we'll be able to get some patches out there. You can put them on whatever you want. But we do have some more caps going to be coming. I think we're going to do 2 dozen this time.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 2 different color schemes. So
Clay's got those, and I got 12 bottomland camo ones. If you don't know what that is, go look it up. It's pretty sweet.
Yep,
I like that. And it's gonna be a leather patch. I don't know if it's gonna be black with white lettering or what. We're kind of going to talk to Will about that a little bit. So
I'm going to talk to him this evening. So
okay, awesome.
Well, and I'm going to start out. You know how we always, guys. I know this is an old dinosaur, right? But this is an old Stevens 520 12 gauge. This was my grandfather's gun on my dad's side, and I've shot a lot of birds with this. Plan to take the boys out with this maybe this fall. Looks like we're going to have some birds again, at least some grouse. Actually, I was shocked how many pheasants have moved into the yard. If they all survive, we should have a
good.
But no, this has been a good old shotgun. Like I said, Stevens actually. There was a Stevens.
Ray Stevens.
Yeah. They call him the Streak, right? But and you notice this is a Browning design. It was patented in 2005, and then again in 1907 is the design model, and it's got that old humpback. If you look, of course, this ain't an auto, but it is a pump, and just a good old 12 gauge. I can tell you, this baby reaches out.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I got Mine's over my right shoulder here. I'm not even going to show you. I've had that thing. I mean, unless somebody requests, it's my Stag AR I built. It's probably a rifle. So,
and since they indicted Trump, well, I decided it was a good night to show love. I've had this shirt for a long time, long before he even announced.
Looks good, buddy. Looks good. I like that.
All right. Well, we probably should get down to business here.
Let's do it. And hey, just if you guys are listening to it, Clay and I were talking. We're going to try and keep. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to happen every time, but we're going to try to do it most of the time to keep our programs within 1 hour and 20 minutes max.
Yep.
Because I don't know. Yeah, it just seems like people drop off after that, and which is cool. That's fine if you hang on. But I mean, if hey, Leon's back, you're right on, Leon. I got your cap on right there, putting your swag up. It's awesome.
Thank you, Leon.
Nice work on that. Nice work. All right, Clayton.
I know what he's referring to. And Eric, I don't know what's going on tonight. I actually had some internet issues last night running the barn cam, so I don't know if I'm gonna have to reset the system with Starlink. That seemed like that helped last time, and I just didn't think about it today. So anyway, hopefully it won't be too distracting for everybody.
Well, Clay, why don't you lead us off on these 3 House bills or these 3 bills in North Dakota we're going to talk about?
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Now I sound like Flaff, but
come on, Jesse.
So, they actually had a couple bills here. House Bill 1339 and House Bill 1340. And of course, we had the baiting bill, which actually I'm going to skip to that right away.
Okay.
Because it just pisses me off. House Bill 1151 went through the House and sailed through the House. And, after they went into committee and then they went into revisions and they made some changes with the 50 pounds and then they 150 feet,
back from the fence line.
Things like that. Then it went through the House and North Dakota Game and
recommended
Fish
do pass out of the committee.
Was actually, they're the ones that put those in there from what I understand. They made their concessions, I guess you could say, and it was all good, right? It gets to the Senate. And after I made a call today and seen what the numbers were, it failed, of course. And, that's where bills go to die, is in the North Dakota Senate. There you can see the traitors on there in the nay section. It was 21 yeas, 26 nays. So, we had 5 people that, descended and decided to, I guess, they don't want to give private property rights, which is another reason why, unless you know me real good, don't ask me to hunt until they quit trampling on our private property rights. I am not letting just anybody hunt. It's just that they need to have that message from private property owners. But as you can see, we had Beard, Bame, Clemens, Elkin, Estenson, Hogue. I can't even pronounce this one. Canarian, then Kessel, Larson, Lem. My friend Jeff Magrum, he's a patriot on there. Meyer, Murdahl, Patton, Paulson, Roars, Jay Roars, and then Scheibel actually voted yes. So I'm glad to see that on District 31. Vida, and then Wanzik. That guy, I've been watching this guy. Is there a bill that he even likes that's conservative? It seems like his whole voting record has sucked this whole session. And in Weston, he did good on this one, but most of the time he's not with us. Wanzik. But anyway, those are the 21 yays. And then, of course, unfortunately, your senator there, Cleary.
Yeah. He asked me about it a while back, too. And I told him I was in favor of taking that away from the Game and Fish. But,
it gets real old watching this happen. And like I said, it sounded like after North Dakota Game and Fish mismanagement got in there and got their concessions in there in the House version, gets over to the Senate and they kind of torpedoed it. I see Eberly on here, and guys in your district, you need to get rid of that guy. He votes forever, probably gives him the most money the way it looks like to me. His voting record has been horrible this session. Wasn't stellar last session. It's time for him to go. So I hope you guys can, think about that when he's up again. But anyway, 1151 goes down. It does not pass.
Yep.
So I guess I'll just plant food plots. I guess those ain't baiting. We're good.
We're doing that anyway, so
yeah, that's not baiting, but everything else is. It makes zero sense. I'm trying not to cuss this on this one.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Trying to keep it G-rated.
F-bomb there last week. I forgot about that.
But these guys, they just absolutely do not have any respect for private property rights. They want all the control, and I think it's time we take it back. like I said, my place is pretty locked down. It's going to continue to stay that way until our rights are restored, and it's that simple. But
yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys went with the game and fish and the veterinarians. They're the smartest people in the world, and their science to me defies common sense and logic from what I've seen. So whatever.
Yep.
Whatever. We'll plant some corn, and hey man, we're just doing it to harvest it. We're gonna,
maybe I'll put a little plot out there that's going to produce only 50 pounds of feed.
There you go. I like that.
Anyway,
all right, yeah. Well, why don't you hit us on these other House bills here with gun rights instead of hunting?
So I'll start with 1340 because I kind of like 1340. I thought that was a pretty good one. Basically, this relates to the home rule in counties and cities and the limitation on authority of political subdivisions regarding firearms. In a nutshell, guys, what this bill does is it's going to be what they call North Dakota's firearm preemption law, and it is going to take away anything that's anti-gun. So say Bismarck, North Dakota wants to pass now a law that's in conflict with the state and the U.S. Constitution on the Second Amendment, it'll be considered void.
And don't forget, our new mayor thinks nobody should own any semi-automatic. Right to my face, told me without hesitation, stood by it. He's prouder than hell of that cake, Clayton.
Yeah, and he did. I remember you when you told me about it right away. If I remember right, when he was running, he basically dodged that question, which didn't surprise me. And of course, he's a liar. I'll call him what he's a liar. He's not a Second Amendment man.
No, he's definitely not Second Amendment.
So in Section 1 of the amendment that they put into this, basically it says this subsection does not confer any authority to regulate any industry or activity regulated by state law or by rules adopted by a state agency subject to its provisions, and then it lists the one above. And what that means is that you do have the right to do this. You can sell guns, you can have guns, you can occupy, you can carry, and they can't make any law that's more stringent than that of what the state is. We have the same thing in South Dakota and have had it for years down there.
Well, I guess you can now, Clay.
What's that?
I guess you can make more stringent laws now in cities because.
Oh yeah, I mean just ignore it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
they voted no on it. This would have stopped it. You can now, I guess.
Yeah, so
you want to pay it and go to court. Yeah, Kevin, we can plant food plots out here. Hey, Trav, how you doing, buddy? You freak.
Hey, Trav. So anyway, that's what this was. It was going to be the preemption law for North Dakota, and it would have, restored Second Amendment rights again to the citizens of North Dakota. And the Senate once again failed. From what I understand, I didn't get the vote on it, but
well, I didn't get the whole vote on it, but unfortunately, my man Sean let me down on that one again. But on 1339, he did vote yes on that, which you're about to tell us all about.
Yeah. So 1339 is another bill that it's a thick bill, if you can see that, and essentially, this is basically your everything that has to do with concealed carry in the state of North Dakota. It has the changes in there from last session that actually gave us constitutional carry. So those are included in that. And really, when you start reading it, there's some of these things, and they didn't address them, are contradictory to what the constitutional carry stuff happened. So there's some more cleanup to do in this bill. But it's going to remove the requirement in 1339 that individuals exercising constitutional carry must have a North Dakota driver's license or a ID card at least 30 days old, and instead extends this to valid driver's license or ID cards from any state. So what we did here in North Dakota with this, and I believe Koppelman was the main guy that brought this forth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Very good.
Yep, I'm almost sure it was him.
And it's going to, anybody that is legally able to have a firearm and has a valid license or a valid ID, which that's what tweaks me on it. Anyway, you now will be able to enjoy constitutional carry in the state of North Dakota. Now, reading through this monstrosity, to me, there's a gray area in there that I'm not sure that same thing will be extended to concealed carry permits, but it looked like it does, as long as they meet Class 1 and Class 2. Some of them are distinguishing the Class 2 in North Dakota versus Class 1, but it looks like that if you have a valid one with reciprocity from a state that has that, like South Dakota, that now that would be valid for carrying carry or carrying loaded. I always thought it was, but like I said, there's a lot of contradictory things in here. Then that's what happens when you start putting lawyers in here to write these things with legislative counsel, and you don't read through the whole bills. This is what you get. So there's a lot of cleanup to still do in here, but I'm glad that it came out, and now at least non-residents will still have the same rights as we do.
Well, Clay, speaking as a lawyer, why don't you just lay back and take it and enjoy it? Hey, Trav, anything other than AKs for mustache on mustache action? Well, I mean, if you can hit a pumpkin with that AK at 100 yards, I'll be impressed.
I will read, though, one letter in opposition.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, it comes from Cord, so it might be actually a little bit surprising to some people.
He was in opposition to 39 or 40.
This would have been to 39.
Okay.
And it's just a quick statement, which I agree with. And Andrew writes, he goes, rights should not be dependent on geographical location. True. Driver's licenses are honored across state lines. Our rights should as well. We should not default to reciprocity of rights, not restrictions. And that's what he's talking about. There's a default in that bill it's only with states with reciprocity with us. That should make no difference. It really shouldn't. If you're a law-abiding United States citizen, you should be able to carry.
So you have to have reciprocity with North Dakota?
Yep. So even if they're going to constitutionally carry.
All right. I don't like that either, but
according to this bill, it still has to be from a state with reciprocity with North Dakota. And I mean, there's a lot of states out there that
so if you're from Minnesota and you're a legal gun owner, you can't come here?
No, because we don't have reciprocity with them.
Well, that sucks. But
I guess if you look at it this way, I don't like that, but maybe it'll make them commie states they'll put a little pressure on their people. Who knows? But anyway.
I don't like that at all, but
I don't either.
You know what? I'm going to take it because we got to start doing like the leftists do, man, and just chipping away at the other way. That's how they do it, and that's how they got to where they are, man.
They did, absolutely.
That's why the NRA is big, and people get mad at the NRA for because they've been taking little chips and stuff, and guess what? Hey, they're not going anywhere. I hate to disappoint you haters. In fact, they're coming on strong. But and some people probably don't like my position on this, but I'll take winning a battle instead of just going in for the war. And if you don't win the war, cashing in. I'm not on that wagon.
Yeah.
So I'll take this, and I'm not completely happy with it, but I'm happy we made some progress.
David asked me, and I'm not sure, David, did Minnesota start reciprocity with the Class 1? They may have. I haven't paid a lot of attention to Minnesota stuff.
Oof, man, I don't know if they did. They're going so commie now.
I'll have to
Their
look
House
and
and
see.
Senate's.
But I really don't know, David. I really don't. But I'll find out for you.
Yeah.
Brian thinks they did too, and they may have, guys. So I just know that last I had looked, there was none, but that doesn't mean that hasn't changed.
Yeah.
So essentially, though, in that bill, if your state has reciprocity with the state of North Dakota, then you will be able to exercise your constitution.
I would also tell you this, even though my man Sean voted no on 1340 and yes on 1339, I'll promise you this. If Tracy Potter would have won, that'd have been a big no on everything from him on any Second Amendment bill. So here's the third. Dan actually said, yep, they do recognize our Class 1. And Dan probably knows because I think he's an instructor probably. But so there we go, guys. So if you have a Class 1, and you'll have to read through the final when they get the law published, read what the final is on versus Class 1 versus Class 2 as far as how the constitutional carry is going to apply, because they can still probably do a little with that. I don't know. All right. Well, Clay, I'm going to do our first Extreme Profits timeout here real quick, and then we'll come back and we're going to talk about Democrat Governor Roy Cooper in North Carolina got his age kicked on some vetoes. So hang in there. We'll be back here in about 30, 40 seconds. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at LAUER you heard the sponsored guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's going to warm up, guys. It really is. So get your vehicle in. I can tell you this, my equipment has taken a beating this winter. So get down there and see Doug and the boys and see if you need anything fixed.
Tell me you heard it on Guns in the 701. I just got real quick, Clay. I got a text. Yes. Gave us, Minnesota. Remember we talked about that. Was that on Jay's show Monday about the Minnesota judge overturning?
Yes, 18 to 21. Yep.
So
18 to 20-year-olds.
Yeah, if you're listening, and he sent me that, you need to start listening to In the Crosshairs every Monday with JD and Clay, KFYR Plus.
Yeah, and what that is, what they're talking about, guys, is there was a federal judge that actually slapped them down and said, nope, you guys banning 18 to 20-year-olds from carry is actually illegal and unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. So they overturned that. I don't know if the state will appeal it. They may. Who knows?
Yeah, they like to waste money, their attorney general, I can't think of his name right now, but he's a huge leftist. But, real quick, the judge there, when you read the article, she doesn't sound like she's a conservative judge. But like I said on Monday's show, too, and I'll say it now, I'll give her credit. She actually followed the Constitution, referenced Bruin, and pretty much said, I don't want to do this, but I have to because it's constitutional. So.
Well, that was the cool thing. It literally references Bruin, and I can't tell you how important that is, guys, referencing Bruin in all these cases. It's been outstanding.
Brought to you by, in big part, by the guy who brings you mean tweets that some people don't like.
Yeah.
All right, Clay.
I think I can share this. Is it sharing? Yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, there it is. Right. Yeah, there you go. Oh, cleared up real nice, too. Nice. Federal judge. 18 to 20-year-olds can get Minnesota gun permits, as they should. Yep. 18, you can go to war, you can get your shit blown up, you can die, you can kill for America, and you can smoke cigarettes, man. In my opinion, you can buy any gun you want.
Absolutely. So there we go. Good to see that. Travis, he is entertaining, and I love having his comments coming.
Yeah, slow down and type it right, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, so all right, let's move on to North Carolina. Yeah. Why don't you take this?
All right, so North Carolina legislators in North Carolina recently voted to do away with the state's antiquated permit-to-purchase system, which I didn't even know they had. That
I didn't either.
And as well as to recognize North Carolina's right to self-defense while attending a church with a school attached to it. So the permit-to-purchase system. Now, before I go into that, let me say, Governor, like I said right before the break, Governor Roy Cooper, Democrat, vetoed both of these, but North Carolina's House and Senate, big majority of Republicans overrode his veto, and now it is law. Yep. Yeah. So this permit to purchase thing goes way back, and they had it in there actually in big part so they could prevent black people from buying guns way back then. So almost all of gun control, it's racist. And Big Roy Cooper, their big Democrat, he's supposed to be the champion of the minority people or the colored folks, and guess what? He told you to get beeped,
Yep.
But guess what? Thanks to Republicans, we're done with getting a permit to purchase shit.
Yep. And by the way, guys, NRA-ILA was very instrumental in this legislation.
No.
Everyone talks about how NRA isn't doing nothing. I'm telling you. They were here on these last two bills in North Dakota that we just talked about.
Absolutely.
Brian Gosh, he's our ILA guy here, and he's been doing a pretty good job. I know he's busy because he's got more than one state. And I'm telling you guys, they've been very active this year. You just haven't heard about it much in the media because, the media is preoccupied with a whole lot of other things that are unimportant.
So here's what Governor Cooper claimed about this, why he vetoed this, Clay. Governor Cooper falsely claims that Senate Bill 41 would allow more domestic abusers and other dangerous people to own handguns. How in the hell can they construe that crap? Because you don't have a permit to purchase, you still have to go through a damn back. Put it this way: if you're a domestic abuser and dangerous person, and you're like, "Hey, what are you gonna do with that?" Well, I was gonna go rob a bank or something. You gotta have a permit. Oh shit! I guess I can't.
Yeah,
the Democrats are so unbelievable, and some Republicans, to be fair, but I mean, it's a fraction of what almost every Democrat thinks that. But that is a ridiculous thing. To infringe on your rights because you think something that's stupid.
Yeah,
And I mean, it is stupid. It is stupid.
It is. That's their mindset, because as you and I have talked about how many times, has nothing to do with common sense. This has everything to do with ideology. Aim for every single anti-gunner is you and me with no guns. None. They always say, oh, well, we want to have common sense gun control, or we want to have common sense regulation, or you need to get a permit to purchase, to exercise your Second Amendment right while you go through a 4473 background check, and then we'll give you one. Yeah.
I would also say Governor Roy Cooper also vetoed earlier before similar legislation to this, but apparently the good people in North Carolina kicked ass and got some more Republicans elected into office. They could override crap like this. Hey, Blade Rain TV, appreciate you checking back in, man. We're all busy. Spring's coming.
Oh yeah.
Go check him out on Facebook. He's a big bow hunter. He's got full auto, actually, not even semi. He's got some awesome
fun
videos.
Stuff. Class 3. Heck yeah.
Blade Range, he's a true American, man.
We need to get together and have a range day. Have Blade Rain TV and guns in a 701 up in the high Alpine.
Make it rain freedom, man. I love it.
By God.
All right, so yeah. You're right, Clay. NRA ILA again. The NRA was big time involved in this getting passed in North Carolina. Everybody's all butthurt about the NRA doing some things over the years, but they're kicking rear end, and they did it again at Tar Heel State. So
they did, and what I loved about this was, when you look at the House of Representatives, 70-40. Yeah, did you read Leon's comment? Okay, well, for our podcasters, Leon makes a comment. I can't beat my wife today because I don't have a CCP. That makes sense. I know, doesn't it? Dang, I guess I'll have to schedule that for tomorrow.
Oh, and I'm not laughing at domestic violence. I'm laughing because Democrats actually believe that would work and stop somebody from doing something.
And we've had stuff like that. Gene actually puts out here, and I remember that, Gene. And that, if I remember, that had a lot to do when the first Brady bill went through. There was that waiting period till they got NICS in put into place, but South Dakota carried it on beyond that, if I remember right. It was several years ago, but yeah, you had to have a concealed permit to leave a gun shop with your pistol, or you had to wait for it. Yeah, there was a 48-hour cool-off period.
Yeah.
I mean,
good thing I cooled off, man. I was going to go do a mass shooting, but I never will again.
It's a good thing that I was going to go kill them people, but I had to go do my background check, and then I had to get a concealed permit, and then I had to wait 48 hours because I didn't have it. So I guess I won't.
Dangerous lack of common sense in folks like that.
Oh, that's right. I'm a criminal. I just won't buy one from that guy. Yeah.
One shot cap. President Trump is the general of presidents. We're not just going to beat the Hun bastards. We're going to grease their tanks with their
General Patton, one of my favorite generals.
We're going to grease the tanks of our tracks with the miserable bastards.
And if you haven't heard about General Patton, you need a new school. That guy, you need to go read.
Was he ever in the Midwest, Clay? Because we might have to use him to.
Well, we can make an exception. And I think, guys, next month, May or June, we can bring back Midwest Badass. We've got a ton of stuff that we did, but we've had things going on. So
put Angie's comment up there. I love it.
North Dakota needs to find a good barber and take care of those eyebrows.
Oh man, Angie, I agree. I hate huge bushy eyebrows.
I'm just getting the old man ones that starting to stand straight up. Anyway, I guess in closing, North Carolina rocked it. They overrode that county SOB, and now it's law.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you can't get a good governor elected because of these big cities, at least try hard and get the most conservative people you can get elected in your district. Because guess what? Guess what you can do? You can override stupid crap. And we didn't have enough of it to override some of Burgum's ridiculous vetoes here.
And guys, remember, and we've been pounding this. We've seen it. It's actually, this has been worse this legislative session.
Yeah, it has. I agree with you. I thought it was going to be better.
We've had some victories in the House, but it really, especially on Second Amendment, we have just had our butts handed to us, as far as I'm concerned. With this supermajority Republican legislature, we can't even pass. Well, you want to talk about common sense? Just constitutional bills on gun rights, and really on any rights. They just won't give it up. So we have a lot of work to do, and that's the problem when you take our esteemed president, their chairman Perry Schaefer. His whole thing is just elect Republicans. No. Elect conservatives. Just because they're Republican does not mean that they're conservative or constitutionalists. Just keep that in mind. So, Gene Cox, before we go on here, is Patton strapped some of the Pancho Villa's gang over the hood of his car. Lieutenant Patton at the time with Pershing's expedition on Mexico. You're right. Yep. I remember reading about that.
Badasses.
That was freaking awesome. And Pershing, he was a badass by himself.
Yeah, we should have them guys get their DNA and then regrow them and send them down for some cartel action, I think.
There you go. Lynette, she's got on here. We'll see if the Rhino signs off on all the good tranny bills put in front of him.
Oh, yeah,
we'll see.
If it's in favor of them, he'll love it.
No,
Doug Burgum thinks boys should play in girls' sports and they should go in the bathroom and swing their D out next to your daughter and dress like a girl.
Maybe he'll put his cheerleading outfit back on.
I think the guy's sick. I used to not think that way about him, but now what he's been doing, I think he's twisted.
I regret my vote for him in the primary against Stenjum now every day.
Yeah,
I didn't like Stenjum, but it's been a bad thing because now we have this incumbent who seems like it's hard to get out of there. So
if you're watching and you got deep pockets, let's get a good governor up here to challenge this guy.
And it'll take money, guys. It'll take a lot of it.
I'll
tell you what, we're at the bottom of the hour. Why don't we take an obscene profit timeout?
Yeah.
Why don't you hit the clip?
We're gonna do the triple, and I'm gonna do the old man sprint here, if you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Let's all right, triple ad G&T701. Let's do it. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at LAUER you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
Guns in the 701 is sponsored by the Blind Guy of North Dakota. For all your custom window coverings, you can contact them at 701-222-3932. They're freedom-minded, they're patriotic, and they love the Second Amendment. This husband-wife team was born and raised right here in North Dakota and based out of Bismarck. Again, for your Second Amendment company, for all your custom window coverings, the Blind Guy of North Dakota, 701-222-3932, or visit them on the web at blindguynd.com.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we want to thank all of our sponsors. LAUER Auto Repair and Service down there. Get your vehicle in down there on South Washington. You can't miss them. They got a great service shop there. The Blind Guy in North Dakota. Travis, I think Travis knows him. Did you see his comment, Jamie? But anyway, we want to thank the Blind Guy in North Dakota, as well as Mandan Sporting Goods. They're located on Main Street down there, and they do a great job. They got some awesome inventory as far as powder and ammo and guns, and just stop in there, say hi to Brandon and the folks. All three of them guys, we can't do it without them. So tell them you heard it on Guns in the 701, and you appreciate their support of the Second Amendment. Hey, you're back.
You were on off up here.
Really? Huh?
Yeah. Your picture still froze up here on my screen.
I don't get it. Well, we had things working so good here the last few weeks, but I'm gonna have to go see what's happening with my Starlink. All right. Lynette says she is excited for her blinds to come. So good. We're glad to hear that, and I'm sure they're going to be fantastic. So.
Yeah. I don't. Trav doesn't like the blind guy. I don't know what's his problem, but Hey, Brandon, he's in there. Brandon Mandan Sporting Goods. Appreciate you listening, buddy. You're awesome. Love it.
David's got up here. Bill O'Reilly has a decent documentary book called Killing Patton. he's got a series of them. Bill O'Reilly is Bill O'Reilly. When he kind of went anti-gun there when he had the O'Reilly show on Fox about the heavy weapons. Nobody needs them, and
I would license for him too.
It's kind of when I quit listening to him because he doesn't know crap about it.
No,
but,
yeah, it pissed me off too.
Yeah, Leon, you're right. There's so many people that were asleep when it came to Burgum, and you know what? I was one of them. I never realized he was that bad. I voted for him in the primary. I even voted for him in the general, but I did not do that a second time. I voted for Michael Coachman, and I'm proud to say that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we need a candidate who's actually going to get a chance and can get in there and fight with them and win. Because I don't like voting for people I don't think are going to win. Coach was awesome. He's got a great views on stuff, but I mean, man didn't have a chance.
He didn't, but it didn't bother me. I knew Burgum was going to win, but there was no way I was voting for him, and I didn't.
Yeah. So, all right, Clayton, we got, speaking of dipshits,
number 3.
we got some with a real great idea down here in DC, right?
Oh, I can't believe this. So here it is. So Connecticut and Florida lawmakers team up to demand a federal gun violence prevention office, and this is for Washington, D.C. is where they want to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So this idea of gun violence, I've always hated that term. To me, that term is ludicrous. It's just another term that incites like a stupid idea. Well, that's Democrats. So anyway, what they want to do, and Connecticut and Florida. So Maxwell Frost, Democrat from Florida. This is his first piece of legislation. Of course,
Gen Z, baby.
Gen Z. He teamed up with Richard Blumenthal. If you don't know this dumbass, he's from Connecticut. He is Murphy. They hate the Second Amendment. I think they hate this country. They do nothing but every day vote against what we all believe in. So why don't you hit that clip down there of Mr. Max?
Oh, yeah, we got him here. Yeah, here we go.
Say.
All right, hang tight. Here we got a clip of this guy, Maxwell Frost. Oh, hold on.
Member of Gen Z to come into Congress, what voice do you think you carry into those halls that may not have been there, and how do you think your influence can get Republicans to sign on to this bill?
Really, I bring my lived experiences, as a survivor, as someone who's been in this fight for the past decade, and as somebody who is part of a generation which, unfortunately, is day after day after day being defined by this issue of gun violence that's uniquely American. And so when I come to the table, I sit down, I bring that as an experience as being a part of the mass shooting generation, and that is something that I think is an important experience at the table. We don't have enough of it. We need more of it, but that's what I bring.
Obviously, this is step one. What else do you want to do? This is the first bill. Where do you go from here?
Yeah, there's a lot of other bills we need to pass. One I'm looking forward to supporting is directing more money to community violence intervention. There are amazing organizations across the nation, a lot of black and brown-led organizations that work at a grassroots community level to end gun violence before it even happens, prevent the kid or the person picking up the gun in the first place. And that's about upping the standard of living in our communities and putting resources in the hands of stakeholders who are doing the work day in and day out, expanding what America's vision of public safety really means. Citizens should be at the center of that, and so we're going to work to get money for that.
Okay, Clayton, you want to go ahead and expand on what he was saying there?
Oh, my God.
I mean, total beta boy.
Beta boy. And so did you notice it right away? Of course, it's a federal government's responsibility to fund this, of course. But you know why he needs it? Because he grew up in this, and this is our deal. It's just we've lived in this gun violence era. I mean, that's basically what he said, that it's a unique, remember that? If we've heard that, it's a unique thing to the United States. No, it is not. And we've went over that 100 million times, it seems like, and proven that it's not unique to here. And of course, did you notice that he says we got to get involved and with other organizations? Or what kind of organizations did he say? Black and brown. Race, I mean, I don't care what anyone says. Quit putting race into it.
Yeah. I thought right away you think that, yeah.
And of course, you have to get there. He talked about how their living conditions and their where they live. We got to get that standard of living up. The federal government can never do that. That takes you doing it yourself.
Right.
And blames
you
that
give them all the money you want. If they don't give a shit, it's going to go to hell right away.
Exactly. And you know what? If you guys, and I'm not the first one to say it, I'm not the first time I've been saying it. if you'd quit having single parent homes in those hoods and places like that, you'd have a lot better outcome. You wouldn't have these young kids going out seeking gangs, seeking that family unit, and getting into trouble. That'd be a hell of a good start. And you can call me whatever you want. I really don't care. People who know me they know I don't care what you think on that. But that is one of the problems. Our moral decline within these places has gotten horrible, and it affects everybody. We have to get away from that and get a moral compass again. It's that simple.
Yeah, well, Leon says here, so he wants to ban rap music. Yeah, I mean, if somebody brought that up, you'd be, you know, they'd claim you're this huge, right? I mean, rap music constantly promotes violence, calling women derogatory names. It's
well, and you know, and Leon being an African American, Leon, and he's a great guy. He's done this thing. He's done his own thing. He's made his own life. I bet you he had the same struggles and things that we all see, but none of us sit around and complain about it and blame other people for that. You know, hats off to Leon. He's an awesome guy. And well, he's been a great speaker at some of our events. And
yeah, absolutely.
It just shows that get beyond that. Quit putting whoever you are, don't put race into this thing. Sit back and say, how do we fix this and do it ourselves? And what caused it? Because it sure as hell wasn't me. And it sure wasn't all the other people. This cause goes deeper than that.
Well, and then he wants to do kind of like Eric Holder did. You heard Representative Frost. Get them so they never even get to pick a gun up.
Yeah.
He wants to change the culture like guns are bad.
And that's what they want.
Guns aren't bad. Some people do some bad things with them, but I think it's the opposite. They need to know what guns are all about.
Well, think about it. It's kind of like getting rid of cursive, and I'll tie these two together. If you get rid of cursive and people can't read it, what can't they read? Probably can't read the founding documents, right?
Right.
I mean, they can read something that was printed for them if it's correct, but I'm telling you right now, if you can't read cursive, you can't read the original founding documents. So the same thing here. If you can get a whole generation that has no clue what firearms are, they won't have any interest in it. If they do, it'll be the wrong interest. And they'll be like, "Well, you know what? Yeah, what do we need them for?" I mean, I see it all the time. I had a nephew that way. I corrected him young. He was going to the public school system out in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. Come and ask me if I was a bad guy because I had all these guns in my room at that time. You know, I wasn't married then. I was living in Lemon, and I had my guns there in my room. He said, "Are you a bad guy?" I go, "No, why?" Well, that's what they were taught in school.
Mm-hmm.
So think about, they're teaching kids that in school. You're going to have generations like this guy who probably thinks guns are a horrible thing unless you're hunting with them.
He does. No, he don't even like hunting. I guarantee you
probably
that.
Not. Yeah, he don't.
That's not needed. You just go to the grocery store and. So here's a little bit more about this.
Yeah,
we were talking about Chris, Dick Blumenthal, and I do mean Dick and Chris Murphy.
Leon, you're right. He says it starts with you. Start pointing at everyone else. Absolutely, Leon, 100% on.
Yep.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So these guys believe a national office of gun violence prevention would coordinate efforts between federal agencies, helping the collection of data, expand state and local outreach. Yeah, that's always great. And maximize programs to prevent gun violence. It's not gun violence. The legislation would create an advisory board of senior Department of Justice officials, just so we need a weaponized freaking government agency. Survivors, community violence intervention providers, public health officials like Fauci, medical professionals, mental health clinicians, state and local public health department office officials, and more. No, you know what that is, Clay? All that right there, what I just said, that is not a gun safety organization. That is a Second Amendment prohibition cabal, is what that is.
That absolutely it is. That's all it is.
Not keep one damn person safe. That will endanger people by taking away people's right to defend themselves with guns, is what that's going to. Well, and making more people felons, which are always bitching about. You can't make somebody a felon.
Yeah, you can't do that. Well, and what he's talking about is, well, kind of goes to Gene's comment here when he says he's watching the body footage from Nashville. He says, "I didn't see a social worker leading the charge." That's right, but that's what he's talking about. You know, in this whole thing is that's what you would have, is stuff like that going on yet again. Hey, Dan, I'm going to throw this one up here quick, like in the middle of this. He said he picked up some VMAX bullets for his 204 at Mandan Sporting Goods.
Ooh,
All
yeah.
right. Shout
Appreciate
out.
that, Dan. Thanks, buddy. Awesome,
Supporting our-
man.
supporting
And Brad
our
has got
sponsors.
tons of bullets. You got
Yes, he
tons of
does,
them over
so.
there. So yeah, Clay, let's kind of turn the tables here a little bit and ask this question, should we? Let's say a bunch of conservatives come out and say, I'll tell you what we want to do. We want a taxpayer-funded government office, and then the Democrats will be like, yeah, we're listening. To do what? It's going to be called the Office of Second Amendment Preservation, and the NRA is going to head it. They would have nothing.
Oh, can't have
Nothing.
that.
Yeah, let's do that. And I would love it if Kevin Kramer, Hoven, or
Bring
it up and just
Kelly
do it.
Armstrong, any of them guys.
Yeah, just to do it, just to say, well, these guys are, because we got Dick Blumenthal, and I do mean Dick and Chris Murphy were senators. Max Frost is a representative. So let's do just what they're doing, but something that'll support civil rights and not take away civil rights. And then let's see what they say.
Well, we kind of had that if they had just kept expounding on it, and that was a civilian marksmanship program, the CMP. It still exists today. But that's what that did. It was to promote firearms safety, and to teach people how to shoot. But they kind of keep that quiet. I'm actually shocked that they haven't had to try and disband the CMP. Who knows? Maybe they don't know what it is. I don't know.
I think people who own AK-47 should learn how to shoot. Hey, Leon, he's got a comment here. Biggest oxymoron are school kids begging the government to take more of their rights away because they don't know. Hey, Leon, trust me, coming up here, we got a guy who is just begging to get his rights taken away and claims to be a gun owner. That's gonna be a fun section. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that.
But that's what's being taught in the public schools today, not just Second Amendment. They teach. I mean, I quizzed in Lemon, South Dakota, where my kids go. Mrs. Straight, and I'll call her out because I don't think much of her. She doesn't even know what the Constitution is, but yet she's teaching government and civics and history. Doesn't have a clue. She couldn't even repeat it to me. She couldn't even tell me how many amendments there were total to the Constitution. She's the teacher. 16, yeah. I mean, you could say it's 27, but 26 still exists because And the original 10 weren't the original 10. There were more than that, but only 10 of them got ratified. But we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Hey, man, Dan Sporting Goods chimed in. He goes, hey, I like it. Thanks for the business, buddy. He's talking to you, Dan. So, yeah, we love it, too.
We've got a few people sent over there for him already. I like that.
I've seen one here from David. 1760 Sports. CMP, I believe, has a stronger presence than NRA does in competition shooting in some places, and it's surprising. You're right. The CMP amongst competition shooters is well known. I mean, especially when you get into the antique firearms class when you're shooting the M1s and things like that. I mean, a lot of them, that's where they come from.
I have friends who bought stuff from CMP, 1911s. Man, I'm having a brain fart tonight. What is the ping? Garand, M1 Garand.
Oh, M1. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Got one. Let's see. That's right there.
Yeah.
I love my M1. It's a lot of fun to shoot. A lot of these guns are just fun to shoot. That's why I own them. Yeah, they've got some historical value, and you know me, I like the one I showed you earlier. That has some sentimental because it's my grandpa's, but that's an old gun. It's been around and it's been in our family for a while. So. I like them historical things.
I got that short there I did with Dougie's. What was that? M1. Trav just put up their M1A carbine. Yeah, a little 30 cal. That thing was freaking sweet with the folder on it. I never thought to be that's nice. I never shot one, but it was pretty awesome.
That's right, Gene. I forgot about that. 1982, Kennesaw, Georgia passed an ordinance required every home to have a gun. I do remember reading about that. Actually happened a few times here in the last 20 years, too. I'd have to actually go back and look. Maybe we need to do that, Jamie. Maybe we'll take a look and see which cities or towns have actually passed ordinances or resolutions requiring their citizens to have firearms. Because there's been more than just Kennesaw, Georgia.
Well, Kennesaw should change the name of their town to MV, Georgia.
There you go.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, Clay. So I'll tell you what.
Now, well, we can take another quick time out.
We're going to do that. We're going to do one more. We got one more.
One more.
All right. We got. Let's hold off on that, I think.
and do a little.
And
quick
we're
timeout.
10 to 8 here, man. We got a little time left for it. Let's hold off on that. We got the single coming up again, but let's go. Let's head up to here. I told Leon we're going to talk about. I know we got a lot of our listeners here know who D. Snyder is from the band Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it. And I'm going to tie a little bit of this in with President Trump, and when he was running too, he did it a lot, and it actually pissed me off too what he did. But that's not what this whole thing's about. D. Snyder, so he was on here, and some Second Amendment prohibitionists were wanting to use the song "We're Not Gonna Take It." So they asked him on Twitter about it, right? Okay, can we use your Twisted Sister? D. Snyder said, where are we at here? Gave the permission, he gave the okay and a response in a Twitter user who is an organization to push gun control, which is Moms Demand Second Amendment Prohibition. He gave them permission to use the song "We're Not Gonna Take It." And if anybody knows when Trump was running, they used that. D. Snyder got all pissed off and butthurt about it, as did some other musicians, but we're going to get into that in a little bit here. In the tweet, here's what he said. These tweets come one day after the transgender shooting. That's when this happened, after, everybody knows about Nashville, Tennessee. Snyder noted that he keeps a .45 caliber pistol by his bedside, and his wife keeps a 9mm pistol in hers. He also noted that his firearm of choice for use during the night is a shotgun. And Clay, what did he say about? Here's what he said about weapons of war. Here, let me give you this one. I'm a gun owner. That said, hell yeah, you can use "We're Not Gonna Take It" as your anthem. Assault weapons are never meant for anything but combat. So remember the 3 guns I just said: the .45 caliber pistol, which I know is a 1911 that he owns. I've seen him doing it. His wife has a 9mm, and a shotgun. Okay, .45 caliber pistol. Who invented that, Clay? John Browning, World War I, 1911. That's when that thing was invented.
Actually, it was invented a little earlier, but it was patented, but that's okay.
1911 is the one they took over World War I. A combat pistol, which you said assault weapons are never meant for anything but combat. Your pistol, your .45 caliber, was meant for combat. 9mm pistol. The Germans invented that baby.
Not only that, Jamie, the 1911 was the sidearm. It was the issued sidearm for our troops.
Yes. 45. Then guess what? Guess what it turned to? The Germans started out with a 9mm Luger. That was meant for combat. The 9mm. Remember, he said assault weapons he's fine with banning them because they weren't meant for anything but combat. And then he noted his weapon of choice at night is a shotgun. Clayton. We did a whole thing on one, right?
Model 12 trench gun.
Right on, baby. The trench gun, 12-gauge pump shotgun. So, D, once you go ahead and turn all your guns in, you freaking hypocritical leftist turd nugget, and we're going to get into some more of how he's a leftist turd coming up here in a little bit, Clay. I'm going to catch my breath and lower my blood pressure.
I'm going to throw this up here. So, D. Snyder, this is a tweet. Now, this is from 2022. It says, "Well, I'm a proud gun owner and Second Amendment advocate."
No, you're
not.
not.
There's going to be a big but in here, but he's a comma. "I do not support the extremist positions and actions of the NRA. Those people are high." So I like how someone put on there, "Liberty to ourselves." Hey, D. Snyder, consider joining the NRA.org today. You got to love that part. It's like they're from Oklahoma.
I got a lot to say about that, Clay, but
well, you look at guys like D. Snyder. I mean, they live in a bubble to begin with. I bet you he's protected by people with firearms. No doubt about it. Maybe not anymore because now he's a has-been, so maybe he doesn't need them anymore. But I guarantee you at the top of their reign as Twisted Sister, most of them guys do have a security detail that is armed. I've seen it. And, well, I guess I could understand it. I mean, maybe they have enemies. I don't know. You always got fruitcakes out there that might try something, but they always turn to that. He talks about how he's got firearms and he's a proud gun owner and he's this and that, but yet he hates the Second Amendment.
No, he said he's a Second Amendment guy. No, you're not. You're not a second.
He says, but he hates the Second Amendment. Let's just face it.
He's everybody likes my turd nugget comment. Yeah,
Turd
you're not a second. What you are, D. You're a Second Amendment prohibitionist guy. What you are, and maybe say it a little lighter if you want me to say it. You're a freaking FUD.
They're a FUD. They don't understand the meaning of those 27 words, guys. The 27 words of the Second Amendment have nada to do with hunting.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have nothing to do with competition shooting. Don't have nothing. I mean, I love the competition. Don't get me wrong. I love all. Don't have anything to do with hunting.
Nope.
Don't have nothing to do with recreational shoot. That amendment was put there for the sole reason so we could stop a tyrannical government from taking over again. Our founders wanted to make sure they never face that again. And oh my God, that's MV. That's crazy talk. That is the intent, the true intent of the Second Amendment.
That's psycho talk.
And I bet you we're one of the few out here that talk about that and aren't afraid to say it.
No.
We see it all the time. People get pretty wishy-washy about it.
Yeah. So what Kenny's got a comment up here. Remember when Amy Klobuchar wanted to send Ukrainians AR-15 so they could defend themselves?
Yeah.
3 question marks. I like they gave up their weapons on the promise they would be protected. Yeah, Kenny's right. That's exactly what they did. They did that before. They gave up their guns, and then all of a sudden Joe wants everybody over there to have AR-15s.
Yeah.
Which, hey Joe, what are they going to do against F-15s with their AR-15s?
Yeah, didn't Joe say
it doesn't do shit?
We got to have an F-15, which we haven't had F-15s forever. We're a little bit more advanced there, Dementia Joe. Don't worry about it, though. You probably don't know.
Yeah. So let me give you a little more here on D. Snyder. So I think we've pretty much established. He said he's a Second Amendment guy, but he's absolutely not. He's actually an anti-Second. That's what I love about these leftists. They think they're pro-freedom and pro-liberty, and they are the freaking exact opposite. But here's the problem we're going to have. But I'm going to read this what D. Snyder said. Here's the problem we have, and there's no freaking way. My hands are coming together. We are coming together as a country.
Did we lose you there, Jamie? Or am I gone?
Clayton, you back now?
I think we're back. I don't know what happened again.
All right,
okay, we're back.
So here we go. I'm going to read some of this from D. Snyder here. Because, like I said, Trump used the song "We're Not Going to Take It," right? Remember, and I hated that. And I told Kevin Kramer a number of times when he was on talk show, quit playing freaking leftist music.
Yeah.
Okay? Because they hate Trump. And I'm going to tell you right here, here's the own words from D. Snyder. Twisted Sister lead singer D. Snyder blasted Donald Trump supporting maggot fascist. That's how he's got it. M-A-G-A-T, maggot. We're maggot fascists for stealing the band's hit. We're Not Going to Take It as their anthem. And here's what he goes on further. Trump supporters are just about the last people in the world the song was intended for. Self-identified. He said it himself, self-identified libtard. In fact, he pointed out they are exactly the kind of people that inspired the song. Okay, and he's not done. We're going to get into this when I'm done here. Every time you sing, "We're Not Going to Take It," remember, it was written by a cross-dressing, libtard, tree-hugging, half-Jew who hates everything you stand for. It was you and the people like you that inspired every angry word of the song. So, in capital letters, so F-bomb off, he tweeted. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. He thinks we're the people who are taking away freedom. Clayton, what did Donald Trump ever do that took away freedom? Because I can point out a list as long as my freaking arm what Joe Biden and the Democrats have done to infringe on and not just the Second Amendment, all of our liberties. What makes a guy like D. Snyder thinks Donald Trump was taking away his freedoms?
Delusional ideology, plain and simple. He has a hatred for Donald Trump, probably conservatives in general, the Republicans, because he's a leftist. You got to remember, we are about individual freedom.
But he thinks he's for freedom.
They all do. I mean, I meet them every day, especially when I worked for the NRA. I mean, I had volunteers who honestly thought that they were patriots, and then when you got to talking to them, no, they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
They thought they were, but they weren't. Most of our guys were. Most of them that weren't, they left because, well, they didn't like the things I said to them. I mean, we even had people that were selling tickets for us up in one of our events that she actually told me she voted for Obama. And I was like, I walked over to the chairman and she goes now. She's never coming back here.
Yeah.
She did not have that. I mean, that's so they're everywhere. and they think they're with us, but they're not.
It's like he thinks he's a Second Amendment guy, but he's fine with just banning guns. I mean, hey, nothing says freedom and liberty like banning and confiscating freaking guns from people, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's perfect.
It's unfreaking believable. And I guarantee you, this guy thinks he's just a super intellect. I've seen him.
I know he does.
When John Rich had that country show, Make a Rocker a Country Singer, the guy was a complete dipshit, an obnoxious a-hole. And I was like, I wish John Rich should go over and do what he had to do to this guy. But
Leon's got a comment. Laws that aim to disarm the public at large are precisely what turned a political argument into American Revolution. David Koppel. Well, that's very true, Leon. That's exactly what happened. I want to go back up here to Gene's comment on this. We talk about D. He says D blasted Tipper Gore on the whole First Amendment thing back in the 80s. Can't have one without the other. And that's absolutely right. And he thought he was such an intellectual there. I mean, they wrote stories in the Rolling Stones and other articles about this guy who he ain't just a hard, heavy metal rocker. Boy, he's an intellect. Yeah. And he did. I actually went back, well, because I knew we were going to do this story, and watched what he said in front of Congress. It wasn't that bad. But see, he was mad because it was affecting him and his song, and his music. So as a First Amendment violation, he was all for that. But yet, when it comes to the Second Amendment, you know what? We just need these guns. You guys don't need those guns, so we'll just go ahead and go along with the flow.
And I'll bet you Mr. Intellectual D. Snyder, not Schneider, thinks the right to have an abortion's in the Bill of Rights somewhere too. I bet he thinks that.
I have no doubt he probably believes that.
And he thinks that's a huge infringement. And like he was bitching about Tipper Gore, because I remember that. They were mad at Two Live Crew and all these other bands. And he thought that was just like the worst thing ever. But just coming and taking guns while you're banning people's guns. I'm a Second Amendment guy, man. I'm all for that.
You know, Kevin makes a good comment. He says Trump was getting us more freedom.
Absolutely.
Trump was restoring our freedom. He was getting rid of the regulations and the things that took our freedom away.
And if by chance is a liberal leftist listening, challenge out what Kevin said. I want to hear your freaking reasoning on that. I want to hear it.
Here's what Kenny says. He says, let's have Kid Rock rewrite the song and pay D. Snyder royalties and Bud Light. Yeah. I love it.
So here's what I want D. Snyder. I do want D. Snyder to rewrite this song, Kevin. Or sorry, Kenny. Kenny, you know what I want him to call it? We are gonna take it. We are gonna take it. Because that's what you leftists gonna do. You are gonna take it from big sugar from big sugar government. That's what you guys want. You want Daddy to tread harder on you. That's what D just said it. He and Clay, he didn't even know it, but he wants his own guns that he owns banned, and he didn't even know it. That's how.
And we heard that we had that comment earlier here that basically people like Max Frost, all these D. Snyder, they want the government to take more rights from them. As long as
Max really does now because he's part of the government.
Yeah, he's part of it. So, hey, Matt, good to see you here. He must have been being quiet. They set bump stocks. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a whole nother show.
Well, they're legal in 3 states, so I don't know if that's ever going to change again. But so before we end on this, Clay, I just want to say there's some other people, and I'm telling you, not just Donald Trump, but a lot of conservatives, they listen to this all the time. So here's some other guys, and I knew all these guys were pissed off at Trump about this. They sent Trump these cease and desist orders. Stop using my music. John Fogerty, Tom Petty. Tom Petty, for sure. I mean, that guy, he was a massive anti-gunner. He called Donald Trump. He had a campaign of hate. You know, Ozzy Osbourne,
he assumed Queen temperature now. So
yeah, Queen, Neil Young, Adele, Rihanna, the Rolling Stones, Aerosmith. You know, the lead singer looks like your old grandma hanging on to her youth now, and Elton John. They and Trump, he just continued to play it, and I was just like, man, they hate you, dude. You know, quit playing their freaking music. I can find pro Second Amendment, pro Trump guys. I mean, for sure, Kid Rock's music, Uncle Ted, but I mean, Jason Aldean, he heavy Trump. He's a heavy Trump man. Play some Jason Aldean stuff, man. And Brantley Gilbert. There's all kinds of guys who will let you play their music. Don't use this guy's music.
Right. Quit using the leftist crap.
Yeah.
There's others out there.
They hate you. They hate you.
They don't just hate Trump. They hate us. They hate it. Anybody that has the ideology of conservatism, freedom, you know, our constitutional republic, anything like that, they hate us. They don't want.
Yeah, I know.
And David, he makes a great point here. Because don't you know politicians write bills to exempt themselves?
Yeah.
Oh, do I ever?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Doug's got up here 5-finger death punch. Clay will never listen to that, but 5-finger death punch.
I've listened to.
Super hard rockers, but they do. I mean, I know for sure the lead singer's a right winger. I think the whole band is actually, but
hey, Jamie, I even know who they are.
Oh, I'm impressed. That's awesome, man. Love it. Love it.
I love my cowboy hat and my boots, but hey, I've been known to listen to a few things.
Yeah, Tom McDonald and John Rich. Yeah, okay, yeah, they do have that. Yeah, Lynette actually posted that song. Yeah. I watched that. It was pretty good.
So, well, I'll tell you what. Let's take another quick break.
Let's hit it.
We get too far. We'll come back and wrap up with our fourth story with Ronnie D, and then go to the happy ending. How about that?
Yep. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. Yep. The 701 is proud to be sponsored by LAUER Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota. If you can't stop by, feel free to give them a call at 701-258-6308. Doug and the guys are ardent Second Amendment supporters and will always shoot straight with service and fair pricing. It's been a long winter with lots of snow, ice, and rough roads, so now's the time to get that alignment checked from the curb shots, potholes, and bumpy snow-covered roads. Summer will be here before you know it, so get that rig scheduled for an AC charge. Make sure and tell the guys at LAUER you heard the sponsored Guns in the 701 and thank them for supporting and promoting our Second Amendment civil right. That's LAUER Auto Repair, 309 South Washington Street, Bismarck, North Dakota, 701-258-6308. Your North Dakota proud, patriotic auto repair service.
All right. Again, thanks to LAUER Auto Repair. They're a great sponsor of the show. But I have to go before we go on to the next one. I got to show you this. And I knew it. I wasn't sure. Remember this? Country star Jason Aldean wades in the gun control debate. So weapons are too easy to get. And that was after the Las Vegas thing. But maybe skip him too. But some of the guys here got some great here. Eric Newman's got Tom McDonald, Gene Cox. Champagne is a good tune. 5-Finger has an anti-Pelosi video.
Oh, yeah, big time. I love that one. We need to
find that one.
Oh, yeah. They got the gal looking just makeup on like Pelosi in there. Yeah, Ivan Moody, that's his name right there.
There you go. And I didn't realize this. I know Bob Seeger is. I didn't realize he's not a leftist. But maybe, he says, I hope he's not one. So we're going to check that out because I have no clue.
Yep, he might just not let anybody know, taking care of business, baby.
Yeah. All right. So, okay. So let's roll on here to Mr. Ron DeSantis, and I'm gonna put this picture up here because. So as you guys know, I believe Florida became the 26th state, right, to become a constitutional carry state, and there are 2 others right now still have legislative sessions going on. That may put that to 27.
South Carolina is just about to go over, baby. Their Governor McMaster said, "Bring it."
And is it New Mexico as well? I can't remember.
No, there's no.
There's another one out west though. That's maybe it's Nevada, but there's one of the states out there working on it. But anyway, here's a picture. This is Ron DeSantis, and he signed HB 543, which was the constitutional carry bill. Of course, NRA was very instrumental in this, as well as other organizations that were working on that, and basically now makes Florida the 26th constitutional carry state. We are now more than half the states in our country have constitutional carry. And I was really involved with the reciprocity thing when that was going on, because before I was a rep, I was involved. When I became a rep for the NRA, then I got involved with it. We pushed it hard in South Dakota and North Dakota. And then we just took it one day at a time. One session at a time, and eventually we got constitutional concealed carry in just about every state across this country. There's very few that don't have it. Some of them are pretty restrictive, but we have. And I didn't look it up. I used to know the number off the top of my head, but now that we're focusing on constitutional carry, hey, we're at 26 states and climbing, and that was the whole point. You talked about chipping away. The whole point of reciprocity and concealed carry to begin with was to restore that freedom and that civil right. And we knew it would be a long, drawn out, decades process, and it has been. And it's been successful, and now we're making strides. And we have proven by passing first concealed carry permits. Then we went on to reciprocity. That it did not make this the Wild West. So hats off to it. And here's the letter that Ron DeSantis sent. He goes, April 3rd, 2023, Secretary Cordbeard, Secretary of State. Dear Secretary Byrd, enclosed for filing our acts that originated in the House during the 2023 session, which I have approved today and it recorded. Sincerely, Ron DeSantis, Governor. And then they've got their filing March of
Short
April.
and sweet.
Perfect,
like
right?
Yep.
And now we have our 26th state that has constitutional carry. So hats off to them.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you can go in there if you have a valid driver's license. You can. Maybe you said it, Clay. If I remember repeating it, you can carry in Florida. And the only thing I didn't like about it, you got to be 21 to do it. I read that. I'm not quite sure that's in there, but I read it in a few places, and other places I haven't. You got to be 21 to do it. And if you get, just like here, if you get pulled over in a cop, you have to show your valid ID. And
well, not just that here, and this does still piss me off, is if I'm carrying on my person and I get pulled over for just a traffic violation, I'm supposed to tell the officer I'm carrying. It's none of his business. And I know a lot of people who listen to this show maybe think I'm wrong on that, but I don't care. I don't. I've been pulled over for speeding. God knows I've been pulled over for speeding. But I don't tell them. It's none of their business unless they ask. Now, if they ask, then I do it because it's the law. But I don't otherwise. South Dakota, you don't. I never have. I don't know how many times I've been pulled over in South Dakota back when I was traveling so much. And sometimes they'd ask me, and I'd just be like, none of your business. I'd tell them that. I mean, the speeds I drive at, because I got no respect for speed limits, I was getting a ticket, so it didn't really matter.
Yep. All right. Well, Clay, we said we were going to try and keep it at hour and 20. I'll read Gene's comment there, and then I'll.
Gene put up a comment. People's Democrat Republic of New Mexico and constitutional carry don't mix. And I kind of remembered. He also made a comment here that New Mexico has all gun sales, including private, must have background checks. And I knew they'd been swinging left for a while. So I don't remember which state it was I read. It was when I was looking at this article and this information. I'll find it for you guys, though. But there is another state, and it's out west, down in that western part of the United States, that's working on constitutional carry. But I'm not sure they can get it through.
Okay.
There you go. Right there. David put it up there. Some state BCIs suggest that you not inform the officer if you're carrying. Yeah, I mean, really, I'll tell you this. I don't get it, because if I'm carrying and I'm going to do harm, I've probably already got it out there and going to do the harm. If I haven't done anything, obviously I'm good. But Doug, well, if I had someone that was teaching the course told us not to disclaim, and I can tell you this, I've heard that many times too. So Kevin Gills, I can't drive 55.
I think Sammy Hagar actually is a big Trump man, so can't drive 55.
Well, all right. So I imagine you have a happy ending for it.
Oh yeah, let's hit the music right here, baby.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that clip.
Right on. All right. So happy endings have been around for a long time, and I could always come up with one that just happened recently in the last week or yesterday or whatever. But I'm taking this back, and I've referenced this a few times when it comes to these school shootings, that a principal, and they watch these people come in there right on the video camera. All they need is a single shot 410 to handle one of these turd stains, these turd nuggets. So here's what happened. I'm bringing this all the way back, Clayton, from the Armed Citizen Archives of the NRA from May of 1970. All right.
Okay.
We got 12-year-old Gail Burdine. I hope I pronounced her name right. Alone in her parents' home near Eufaula, Oklahoma. She watched while a man knocked on the door, then broke through the glass on the patio. She, meanwhile, loaded and cocked a 410 single shot shotgun. When the intruder stepped through the smashed door, she pointed the gun at him and said, in quotes, "That's far enough." The man turned and ran. She reported his license plate number and description to the police. Guess what? They arrested the scumbag. Happy ending. If that's not a happy ending, the 12-year-old girl, right, defends her. Doesn't even have to defend it. Just like we say, you don't have to shoot somebody, Clay.
No.
You're on the wrong end of. I don't care who you are. If you're on the wrong end of a 410, a 410 is going to do. You're done inside a house. I'll guarantee you with a 410.
Yep. Well, and we talked about this on with Jay last Monday here, in the crosshairs, talking about. I think a nice firearm, nice self-defense firearm.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to conceal it, is the either the Taurus judge or the governor. They shoot a 410.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? If you had guys there with those, I don't know if you necessarily have the intent to kill or need it, but if you can put down that assailant and put down that threat, more power to them. I'll be honest, that tranny mentally disturbed killer here that happened in Tennessee. Tell you what, that was the easy way out. I'd have loved to seen that. I'd love to seen that trial because it was. But who knows? They probably would have claimed mental illness then and tried to get off that way. But anyway,
yeah.
Who knows?
All right, so let's. If you follow Clay and I, we're going to be on every Friday. We're on Mitchell in the morning, KFOR 5:50 a.m. That's at 7:40 a.m. Mountain, 8:40 a.m. Central Time, and we got 3-4 topics we hit with Todd. And first thing we're going to hit on Friday, Clay, on Todd's show, Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, they're going to be the top Republican heading to the annual NRA Leadership Forum later this month. There's a whole list of conservatives and Republicans that are going to be speaking there. We're going to talk about that, what they're going to hit on, and who's showing up there. And then we're going to have March, the March NEEKS, National Instant Check System.
That's a good number too.
Yeah. Well, you have to tune in to hear the number, but it's a 44th consecutive month background checks have exceeded 1 million. Wow. 1 million, 44 months, baby. Hey, Joe, thanks a lot. You're doing great. That's one thing you're doing awesome on, Joe, and I guarantee you won't be pushing that for trying to get reelected. And then I know we've been trying to talk about this for a couple of weeks, and who knows, maybe we won't get to it again. But we have this, the Modus, the M2 50 BMG. This thing was first put into service in 1933, and this thing was still being up just until recently. It was still being used in service.
Isn't that awesome?
That is Hey, they always talk about modern machining and how much better it is, but boys in 1933, they're still using that thing now. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, we had that queued up for a show a while back, but we didn't get to it. But I love the Modus. I've had a couple opportunities to shoot them, and I can't tell you how much fun that was.
I like whale. Hey, good show, guys. Cheers. Drink some Bud Light. Not Coors. Been drinking Coors Light. Hey, and just real quick, Clay, you can always find something on damn near anything like Coors. I mean, people. Hey, they sponsored a gay rodeo, and I was like, well, at least it was a freaking rodeo, but they're not out there putting it on their cans, and it's hard to get away from something you disagree with. Now, if you're using a cell phone, I'll guarantee you're freaking cutting your own throat, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Yeah. But I mean, if they're blatantly obvious about it, like Bud Light is, that's something I can't take. I mean, if you got your view on something like that, that's fine. Well,
InBev owns them, and they're not American owned anymore, and that's what's happening.
Yeah, you carried them too in the war. That's freaking
awesome. Yeah. Keith was badass. Maybe there's our Midwest badass.
For sure. Yeah. I'm like, Keith, listening Friday. If Clay and I get something wrong, man, you have to straighten us out next Wednesday.
and the Mod Deuce. Oh yeah, baby. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Doug Wolf, John Browning was the man, and I tell you, Browning.
He was.
You think about all the companies he worked for before he made, before Browning. I mean, he designed most of the lever action Winchesters.
Mm-hmm.
People don't a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, well, did you get Angie's comment up there talking some 410?
Here we go. I'll grab it here quick. Like back in my days growing up in Minnesota, our zone was shotgun only, and I carried a 410. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of those shotgun zones for deer hunting. Absolutely.
Oh man, my neighbors. I remember. The Hayes is Bryce Hayes, the youngest of the family. Well, Angie was the youngest, but Bryce was the middle. He always had the deer hunting. He had the 410, man. That's what he had, a 410 with a slug for, and he seemed to get his deer every year with it.
There's a place for a 410. I had my
Yeah.
boys start out with 410s. So.
I'm about the 410 now, man. After I had a couple shoulder surgeries, I'm all about that 410.
I like, I bought a couple 16 gauges here a few years back. I actually enjoy shooting them. It's right in between that 20 and 12, and I really enjoy shooting the 16. I think that's a fun round too. So
Remington Model 10 was also a Browning design, man.
Yes, it was.
All right, awesome.
Browning. Hey, that Stevens I just showed you realize that was a Browning design. That's what
it looks like I told you before. It looks like the Model 5. Hey, Brandon, I'm thinking about them Texas suppressors you had in there. Did you get them in stock yet? Because
you must have got your taxes done.
I did. We did actually. Yeah.
Well, nothing says more American than getting your money back and a tax refund and buying guns and suppressors. There you go, guys. That's what you do with them.
That's what I did with Bush's porculus check when we got it back. So.
Yeah, I don't ever hardly get a refund anymore.
Okay, next week, he says. So if anybody's wondering what I'm talking about, I was over talking to Brandon in the shop there, and he's getting in a new line of suppressors. They look pretty awesome. They're from Texas. So I don't know. Like he said, taxes came back, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be getting a suppressor, whether it's these ones from Texas or a different one from Brandon. So. I wouldn't mind documenting the whole thing and making a video of it so people know it ain't that hard. Yeah. That's what he said next week. That's so.
All right. And I know when we get through calving and get through branding here and right beforehand, I'd love to get up there. And I know we talked about doing this one other time and doing a live show from Mandan Sporting Goods. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do something with one of our sponsors up there and maybe I'd love to invite, our other sponsors over. We can just have a sponsor day and do it right there. And to me, that'd be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Give away a little Guns and 701 gear and who knows what else.
Yeah, we are getting some more of that in.
Maybe we can do it, Monday mornings or something.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go whale and turn as bought as they are from Mandan Sporting Goods. Yeah, I was just gonna say we got to get some more can koozies. I got like 4 left. I gotta get off my rear end and get hold of Waylon's wife and.
I can still get t-shirts. We still have,
I don't
have a lot, but we still got some here. Jamie's got some.
Yep.
And I
got one.
Wendy was listening, and I think I saw Wendy on here. She uses her husband's account. And I hope you got my email, but we can definitely accommodate you with bigger.
Yeah, Wendy, I'll get on that tomorrow. So.
All right, guys. Well, with that, there we go. One other quick one here. Let's do it.
I love it.
Let's do it. I have a range downstairs. Perfect. Sounds good. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Real fun.
Absolutely. That's what this is about. Having fun, guys.
Yep.
Well, thanks everybody for listening tonight. Like I said, we wanted to try and keep this. We've been getting a little bit long, but I appreciate all the support. So does Jamie. We do got some gear coming up. And why don't you run them through where they can listen to us, Jamie?
Well, real quick, hey, we can shoot some machine guns downstairs. Well, now we're definitely going to do that. So, Clay, or catch us every Friday. Like I said, Todd Mitchell in the morning, KFYR, 5:50 a.m., 7:40 Mountain, 8:40 Central. And every Monday, we're on In the Crosshairs on KFYRplus.com. That's KFYR TV's new streaming site. Jay Dillon's a host of that. And that's at 11:30 a.m. Mountain, 12:30 p.m. Central. And, get on there. Support the boys. We appreciate that. Actually, Clay and I got a meeting, a Google Meet Friday with a Hearing Pro company. We got an email from them. We're going to see what – I'm not saying they're going to sponsor us, but we got a meeting with these guys. They sent us an email, and we're going to see what that's all about. So, I mean, that'll be pretty sweet. We're all about that, so –
I can always use some new hearing protection.
Yeah. Oh, me too. Yeah, I mean they got over the ear, in the ear, Bluetooth. So we're gonna find out what they're all about and what their idea is, and hopefully we can get something hammered out here and do something. That's great. And hopefully my plan is this weekend. I'm planning on going to the farm. Weather looks great. I got some of them 223 deer loads. I want to try it out with some little different powder and. Hopefully I can get the mule out. Man, I haven't had my mule out since December. It's heavy withdrawal symptoms on driving that thing. So, and they didn't get much snow up there. My dad said they got about 2 inches of snow at the farm. So hopefully I can get a shooting video in and some other stuff, Clayton.
Yeah. And we didn't get hit near as hard as they were saying. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Awesome.
That I wasn't looking forward to that at all. So.
Yep. So yeah, guys, like I said, support our sponsors. If you go in there and buy something from them, talk to them, tell them you
Let 'em know.
appreciate them sponsoring Guns
Yep.
in the 701, because we really respect them for doing that, and it's awesome. They're great Second Amendment supporters. So with that, I think I'm just gonna zip it up, and we'll talk to you guys Friday on Todd's show, and then Monday on In the Crosshairs.
Sounds good. So everyone have a great rest of the week. Tune in on 5:50 a.m. Of course, that's at 7:40 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:40 Central Time. See, it's time for me to go too. Anyway, on Mitchell in the Morning, KFYR 5:50 a.m. radio, the big stick up here in the Midwest. You can pretty much hear them anywhere. So, and then like Jamie said, In the Crosshairs with JD and Clay every Monday at 11:40 Mountain, 12:40 Central. So, guys, with that, thanks for listening. Thanks to all our sponsors. And hey, what do we say? Keep your
powder dry, my friends.
Take care, everybody. We will see you next Wednesday here at 6 p.m. Mountain, 7